Yo, welcome to the Ant-Man channel. It's a beautiful Wednesday, the 7th of January, 2015. Thank you for joining me. I have a short article in front of me from ClashDaily.com. It was published today. Bad teacher. Bad teacher. No, bad. Middle school teacher forbids reading Bible during free time. Yeah, we don't want radical Christians walking around, um, obviously. As long as we don't have the label of religion of peace or whatnot, we're not going to be getting anyone's favor or political correctness on our side. Um, yeah, but they'll let you read the Quran, I'm sure, and promote the kind of stuff that happened this morning with the whole 12 people dead. 12 people got murdered this morning in Paris because of terrorism. Well, that's what they say. That's what they call it. But it's an attack on our freedom of speech. It's an attack on it also has a lot to do with political correctness. We know that there's a fundamental fact behind that if someone is led to do that, and we've seen it as a pattern, that it is a religious belief and they follow their religion to the T. So there you go. It's not a coincidence, and it has everything to do with Islam. We should ban it, probably. It's not a good thing. In general, people are well-meaning, right? We all want to be moral and get along and whatnot, but we don't understand the whole intrinsic thing that's wrong with us and makes us all morally imperfect, and that's sin. And the Muslim doesn't think of sin as something intrinsically wrong with us. The Muslim thinks of sin as an act only, as something that you commit. But no, and this is a good example of what's in your heart. Even when you think you're doing something good, it is disgusting and evil, and that's a perfect example. Religion of peace, more like religion of cowards, man. Go open fire on a police station and see what happens. Why do you go to unsuspecting people and think you're tough because you go around killing people who are innocent, who are just practicing freedom of speech, who are getting the truth out there? There was a guy who I just tweeted right now because his tweet was so ridiculous. I'm not gonna give his name out because it's embarrassing for him what he said. He said F your freedom of expression or speech when you're going around using it to hurt people's feelings. And I was like, wow. I was like, the political correctness of today makes you just an absolute coward. It makes you an absolute pathetic, weak-minded, like domesticated. I don't know what to call it, but we are at a point now where some people believe that hurting someone's feelings is the highest offense in all of society. And all I have to say about that is, oh, you don't want your feelings hurt. You know what I mean? It's just ludicrous. But, oh no, Christianity, we need to keep that down. We can't let people do that. Let's encourage Islam, but let's shun Christianity. Because it's, evil. People making you think you're a sinner, that's evil. Hurting your feelings, oh man. We already are domestic terrorists. We're homegrown terrorists. That's what they're trying to give us the label as. We're homegrown terrorists so that they could do false flags and blame us for it. And just like ancient Rome, right? Just ancient, plays right out of like, you know what I mean? I've already seen those playbooks before because it's, you know what I mean? It's nothing new under the sun, I guess, brothers and sisters. But anyways, let me get into this. I bet she'd be okay with viewing porn or breezing through Che Guevara's ramblings. Marshall, Missouri. The parents of a middle school student are upset because they say a teacher told their 12-year-old son he couldn't read his favorite book in school, his Bible. The parents say their son's fundamental rights were violated. Loyal Grand Staff's parents say they're taking a grand stance to stand up for their son's freedom of religion after they say a teacher told their son he couldn't read his Bible in school. There are a lot of our culture is, I think it's being socially engineered. It's being subconsciously programmed to be against Christianity for no rational, reasonable, or practical reason. Just because it's peer pressured into the society to think as, because if you watch any TV show or movie, we're stupid and weak-minded and we're dumb. Go watch, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Look at the two Christian characters that they put in that movie. Oh, we're all a bunch of like retards and we don't know anything about culture and society and we're just so detached from reality, and we're just a bunch of goody goods and dumb, and it's oh man, if you knew who I was, you would be at, you know what? I have a saying that people who don't know me think I'm quiet, but people who know me wish I would shut up sometimes, because I can go on about things for a long time. I understand the social engineering that's going on in our culture today. So I could tell you straight up that people are being programmed and subconsciously having these things put into their minds so that they automatically react in a way that's not based on information or research. It's based off of what the popular peer pressure is of the day. Don't accept Christians. Think of them as they're ruining the peace. Let's just have peace for peace sake. Let's all sing Kumbaya and hold hands. And that's how freedom just manifests in a magical way. It's ludicrous, you guys. And I know I'm very, I like to try to be like, satirical and all that, but there is a heavy heart behind that. Comedy is a way of expressing a lot of, heavy-heartedness and hardship and all that, but it's like what our founding fathers said. If we're gonna fight tyranny, let's make fun of it, man. It's not mentally good for you to be angry about this. We need to be upright. We need to hold our heads high for the Lord, because He's already won anyway. These people are they're fighting an uphill battle against someone they will never win against, and you should feel bad for these type of people that they're brainwashed into shunning a religion that isn't even, it's about a relationship with Jesus Christ. It's the only true religion. It's the only true truth. And you should feel bad for people who are brainwashed into being against us, because they're not working based off of knowledge or reason. They're based off of emotions and trying to live up to an image that society wants you to live up to be acceptable in our society, and that's not good. We should not let people push us around for what our beliefs are. Our beliefs are our property, and our property are our inalienable rights that nobody is allowed to infringe upon. So nobody's allowed to tell you, Christian, that you're not allowed to express your religious passion of wanting to read the Bible or of wanting to open air preach. Nobody is allowed to tell you you cannot do that. And anybody who does is brainwashed to this political correctness society and generation that we're living in. So Loyal says he loves reading his Bible and decided to bring it to school before the Christmas break so he could read it during his free time, but the 7th grader said his teacher told him it wasn't allowed. You're not allowed to do that. I'm the authority. You listen to me. Isn't that what we learn in school, though? To shut up, listen to what you're told, and worship authority? The public school system's a whole different topic here, my friend, but this is a good example of that. You know what I mean? Teachers, just for anyone who has kids out there, I'm going to try to be as gentle as I can with this information. Think about this. You're dropping off your kids with people you don't know that are following a liberal progressive agenda that are telling your kids you can't read your Bible in school, nana nana boo boo. It's not right. And you should be concerned about that. I mean, even if you hear about this happening, I would get involved with, like parent teacher conferences. I don't know. I would make sure that my child is not being violated at school, because this is a common thing. Teachers are sleeping with kids, their students, all the time today now. They're teaching your kids oral sex now in like 3rd grade. I'm not making this up. I'm not perverted in that way that I'll make stuff like that up. They're actually doing that. It's part of Common Core. Common Core is I'll call it an Agenda 21 program, I guess. It's to get us all into being like this like immoral utopian society where it's all back to Christmas, the original type of Christmas. We're all pagan and having orgies all over the place. It's just more of an agenda of getting us into that mentality. And yeah, scientific dictatorships have everything to do with that. It has to do with getting a civilized republican nation going back down to democracy and then going into despotism and then us losing all our rights, turning us into a third world country. If they can get us in our integrity, then they can get us outside too. They have to get us inside. They have to come within to try to change everything from within to get us to fall down. That's just a basic truth of what this is. I like to read my Bible because it's a good book, Loyal said. He said he wasn't reading out loud. And he said he wasn't sharing the Bible with his classmates. So this wasn't even proselytizing either, which is, I don't think, a crime. But stay vigilant when it comes to securing your rights out there, you guys. This is not a joke. God bless you and have a good day.